Today on the channel, we're going to check out Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Ultra Guile. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich, and today we are looking at Guile from Jada Toys Ultra Street Fighter 2 line. Now, this is a great line. I don't have a shelf for it. I do have a couple figures. I have 3 of them, so this is going to make 4. Really enjoyed them, but it's just not my thing. But when I saw Guile come out, I thought, man, I got to get that guy. He was probably the main character, maybe not around the world, but in America, he was probably the most well-known character of Street Fighter. So I really enjoyed him. We did play Street Fighter a little bit, not a whole lot, but we did dabble in it. But great line here. Jada Toys did a magnificent job on these, and they are pretty inexpensive. I think he was $25. They have raised the price slightly, but not much. I mean, what you get for $25 is quite amazing when you think of some of these other lines that cost them $50, $55, $60, $100, depending on which line you're getting into and which company you're getting into. But Jada Toys keeps it real. They're not really upping the price on too many of these things. But let's go ahead and check out this packaging, which is awesome. It looks like the game console or the cabinet of the video game that we used to play. You get the buttons up there. You get Ultra Street Fighter 2 there, the final challenge. And you get his name, Guile, there, picture of Guile there. You get kind of your hit points, one player, second player there, and it showed a little score there, KO. And your meter there, your health meter is if you was playing the game. So really, really cool box design here. This side of the cabinet or the box, you get some of your characters. This side, same thing, some of your characters. And then you get little wording here. And it says, Guile, country of origin, USA, fighting style, martial arts, and professional wrestling. And in America, we do know about professional wrestling. Very good packaging, bottom, warning, copyrights, labels, barcode there. So really good packaging. I really enjoy it. Really, really enjoy it. So we will get him out of here now. I cannot remember how I got these out of the packaging. I believe we took from the bottom, so we will keep that tradition going here with these Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. So a little tape there, that's it. I like to get in here. Some of these boxes are quite hard to get open, even after you cut the tape, and you want to tear your box. But if you keep your boxes like I do, you want to try to keep them in the best condition you can. And using that little knife trick, getting in there and prying that up, does help a little bit. All right, we'll grab him here, pull him out, and bam, that's it. Look, nothing else there. Cardboard back there, sit that down there, and here he is. His tray come out with him, and that's what he looks like inside his tray with his plastic coffin in there. So man, he looks good. A lot of colors here. Yeah, lots and lots of colors, man. Very good paint they used on these. I don't think they really spared any expense for the cheap price point that they use. They use the best paint, looks like, good plastic. Everything looks really good. All right, we do have some tape right here. I believe we're going to have to cut off some tape right up top and over here. So I think now we should be able to take this off. There is your front. There is a little tape down here. I'm going to cut this off. There we go. So there's your cover right there. We'll sit that down there with his box. Now we can lift him out of his tray here. Oh, no, we can't. Not yet. Still some more tape. There we go. Now we can lift him out of his tray. And there is Guile in his plastic coffin. Man, gosh, looks good. Look at this. Check out the tray. Looks really awesome. How about that? Man, you got the it's very pixelated, just like our video game was. So it looks awesome. I like it. All right, with this Guile, we get plenty of accessories. So it looks like they're taped in, some of them, which I'm not a big fan of taping in accessories, but I'm going to pull this tape off. All right, the tape is off, I do believe, a little bit. Even his extra heads have tape on it, so you got to even get that off. All right, so we will go through those accessories right now. And the first piece of accessory we're going to get, I have not seen this yet in my action figure fandom, but it is a comb, a silver comb, one paint color, and it is silver. But if you got Guile as an action figure, you pretty much have to have a comb because he did like his hair. So combs sit right there. Next, we're going to look at a chain, and this looks like his dog tags from being in the military. How about that? And that may be a real chain right there. So kudos to Jada Toys once again for going all out on that. That is pretty much a real chain. If it's not metal, it is plastic, but it is painted silver, and he's got a pair of dog tags on there, and this is awesome. I really appreciate that. So dog tags there on a chain, and then cabled in here or tied in is his sonic boom. If you played Street Fighter, you know that his main his super weapon or superpower or whatever we're calling it, it was a sonic boom, and he would shoot this out, and that would go get the guys. Now I'm trying to look, and it does not look like it comes apart, but it does have a hole right in there, so it comes with a stand, and imagine that sonic boom will sit in that stand, and that can be heading towards your enemy there, probably M. Bison. Now we get hands. The first hand we get looks like it's going to hold that comb. There you go. Got a thumb sticking out. It is a gripping hand, and it will hold his comb, I'm pretty sure. Next one, we got his hands right here motion like he's shooting his sonic boom out. So look at that. Very good hands, too. Very good. Outstanding. All right, so this one is a left hand, and the gripping hand is a right hand. So there you go, left and right, extra hands. And then we're going to get this stand, so I might as well get this out, I think. Let's see, how is it in here? And there we go. So with all our Street Fighter 2 Jada Toys figures, they gave us these stands that you can set their weapons on. Not their weapons, but their major move here. And no exception with Guile. There you go. And it is knuckled. It's got 2 knuckles on it, so you can put this thing any way you want, height any way you want. So you just put it together like that, and bam, look at that. How about that? You get as high as that. So pretty cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. So we'll sit that right there. So we got his sonic boom. Now we have the extra head. Let's look at it. And this is not a happy head right here at all. That is a mean mugging head. I love the flat top, man. Super, super flat top. How great is that? So good. Got the blue eyes, the teeth showing. He's gritting them teeth. Got a scowl. Awesome. Great head sculpt there. Now that's going to be it. That's it for accessories. So now we're going to turn him over, I think, and cut these ties because he's tied in all over. All right, Guile is free to come out. Grab him by his toe, pull him up, and Guile has been resurrected. There he is, empty coffin there. Ties going everywhere, absolutely everywhere. They're all over. And here he is, man. They do not. Uh-oh, my head is popping off. I hope that, there we go. Got it back on. Man, they have a lot of movement. Okay. Head is not wanting to stay on. So the head doesn't have as much movement as I thought it would. I mean, he's looking around a little bit, but that's okay. But the initial look at this is unbelievable. Great, great stuff. Absolutely love it. Do a great job with this. My gosh. So let's go ahead and go through his articulation. Like I mentioned, head Not looking down. Yeah, he does. Look at there. Look at that head looking down. He does have that neck articulation right there. Lower neck, and you got the ball joint on the top of the neck. So let's see if I can get him to look up without this head keeps wanting to come. There you go. Look at that. I knew these things had great articulation. If our G.I. Joes and our wrestlers could look up like that, man, we'd be in business. Maybe Jada Toys needs to get our DC Comics action figure line or something, because Jada Toys is not a bad company. All right. His arms do go all the way around. He has double jointed. Look at this stretch here. Double jointed, or double butterfly, I should say, right there. Look at the stretch there. Looks great. He's got upper arm cut. That goes all the way around. He's got double jointed, pinless elbows. Looky there. Very nice. Let's see. Wrists go down and back up. Oh, I did forget. As you saw, obviously, the head's removable, so you can put that extra head on. And the same with the hands. The hands come off. There you go. And then we have the awesome ab crunch. Look at the movement on this guy. He can do stretches just like the human body can do. Man, and he's got the hula hoop waist on top of that. Come on, Mattel. You got to get with this program. Jada Toys is blowing them out of the water, in my opinion. Look at the splits. How about that? And these are not drop-down hips, and they got that kind of flexibility. When we get our Mattel WWE Ultimates, they have to have drop-down hips to do that. Not Jada Toys. They figured it out to do it that way. Does have an upper thigh cut, double-jointed, pinless elbows, and look at that. He can kick his own butt just about. Big kicks all over the place. Man. And then he's got the upper boot cut, and then ankle articulation. Let's see. There he goes. He can flex those toes down, and is it on a rocker? Yes. It is also on a rocker. So unbelievable stuff here. Absolutely great. Now let's take a look at him. This head sculpt, he's got his mouth closed, but he's not happy here either. It's kind of a scowl, but not as mean as this one. This one's just really mean. But he's getting ready to pre-fight, I think, here. I love his tattoos. Got the American flag on both shoulders, and that's it for tattoos on him. Nothing's just painted on. Everything's sculpted. His shirt sculpted onto his belt buckle, his pants. Oh, absolutely good stuff. I wish there was. I held Street Fighter in a higher regard, and that's not the figures I'm talking about. It wasn't something that was big time part of my life. Street Fighter wasn't, but man, they do a good job of these figures. Whew. Outstanding. But camouflage pants, the green tank top, the green brown boots. We got the laces on there. Just Jesus. So good. Let's get this other hand on. Try his right hand here where he's going to throw his sonic boom. And then we're going to take his left hand off. And we're going to left hand off, and we'll put the gripping hand on. We'll try his comb here. Here we go. Yeah, comb fits right in his hand. How about that? Can comb that hair. I like this a lot. Look at that. Woo-wee. Good stuff. And who got excited about a comb? Why am I getting excited about this comb? Then we got our chain here, dog tags. Put that over his neck. Now there is one of those, just like your chains has that clasp on there. I'm not going to try to undo it, but it is on there. I'll just take his head off, put that over, and then put his head back on. And this time we're going to try this other head. Oh man, now I think this is the head that the face sculpt I'm going to show him off with. Look at this. That is great. And then his sonic boom. Here we go. He's shooting that off, trying to get somebody. And I think that somebody's going to be M. Bison, and I happen to have him right here. So let's see if I can get M. Bison out of here real quick. Like, can I get him out? Can I get him out? Here he comes. Yeah. M. Bison and his #1 enemy, Guile. This is good stuff. How about it? How about it? I love it. Again, it wasn't my thing. Again, I played it a little bit on the video games, but but these characters have come to life here with these action figures. Such a good job. It makes me want to go out and get them all, but I don't know why. I don't even, like I said, I don't even have a shelf for them. But unbelievable stuff. Good job. Why is Jada Toys not considered one of the top ones? Maybe it is. Maybe it is, but these characters right here, these figures, so far, every single one of them's they've knocked it out of the park. So happy for Jada Toys. Don't forget to check out the podcast, Never Not Horror. My co-host, Steve L. Clark, the great author, me and him diving deep into the horror movies. So episode 1 will be dropped April 30th. That is this Wednesday coming up. So excited for it. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can find it in pretty much any of the platforms there that you listen to podcasts on. But that's going to be it. So for Guile, Jada Toys, Street Fighter 2, till next time. Oh yeah.